Lizzy Friedman, this is Inside Ambition, and you're on 34th and Art, the intersection for all things arts and entertainment in and around Drexel University. First up, we have something new we're adding to the segment, a pop culture moment. So first up, we're going to talk about Lil Nas X's new song, Montero, Call Me By Your Name. Lil Nas released the song just a few days before Easter. And if you know the song, I'm sure you know that the Catholics and the Christians don't really like this song due to its explicit music video. Now, I don't think it's a coincidence that Lady Gaga just so happened to release her single Judas from the Born This Way album the same few days just before Easter back in 2011. Now, that song also has some pretty weird connotations about religion. So take that as you will, but I love a good parallel. All right, so that was our little pop culture moment. Let us know if you liked it. There will be more to come. Now, I don't know about you, but we're 5 weeks in and I already need a break. And there's nothing like some good old-fashioned music. And not the elevator kind. I was just saying it weird. Cat, what? This week, we're taking a look at Diamond Dog Records. Diamond Dog Records is a local Philadelphia-based music label started by some of Drexel's very own music industry program majors. 5 sophomores, Haley, Sophie, Mina, Kat, and Agatha, started in the program just 2 years ago, but have had so much prior experience and are now using their education to make their own record label. We love female-led business. A dime a dozen? Sorry, I only know Diamond Dog Records. After launching in just February of this year, Diamond Dog Records already represents Lena Fine, Ihan, and Christina Nicole. Check them out on Spotify. Diamond Dog provides all the essential services that a record label needs, like marketing, PR, management, creative services, and distribution. The music industry program at Drexel emphasizes business and production, and clearly does a great job at teaching its students real-life skills based on what we've seen from these 5 ladies. These gals are really putting their education to work, and we love to see it. Once again, proof that ambition really just cannot wait, not even for a moment. This label is innovative in so many ways. Not only is it the first female-run music label to come out of Drexel, it is kind of one of the only fully female-led labels in the whole industry. In 2018, only 2.3% of music producers were female, according to Statista Research Department. And in 2019, that number only increased to 5%. So, to talk more about Diamond Dog Records, we have the whole team with us here today. Thanks so much, Kat, Nina, Agatha, Sophie, and Haley for coming onto the show today. First things first, we got some riveting questions for you guys. The people really want to know where the name Diamond Dog came from. Is there a dog? Can we meet him? Who is he?
I literally wish there was a dog. Maybe we should get a dog. But we spent like a good month and a half trying to decide on a name and just kind of going back and forth with different names that we liked. And we ended up on Diamond Dog because there's a song by Jesse Rutherford. He's the lead singer of The Neighborhood. It's called Diamond Dog. And I was just like, that would be a cool name for a label, and everyone else liked it. So we just stuck with it.
Awesome. Interesting. How has Drexel made this whole process possible for you guys, if at all?
I think Drexel kind of gave us the starting point of our knowledge, so we could build off of that. And starting this, we did have a good background in everything we focus in from previous to Drexel and including Drexel. Drexel did offer us the basis, and then we kind of built on top of that. And Drexel also really does give us the good connections to our professors who are willing to help us and stuff like that. So
yeah, totally. That makes sense. I think it's awesome that you guys all met each other through Drexel and being in the same major. So I think that's really cool. And everyone always talks about how yeah, Drexel, if anything, it's good for the connections. So you guys are really using that to your advantage, which is pretty awesome. So what kind of has been most exciting part of creating and running your own record label?
A major part of running a record label is really just developing these like personal relationships with such like creative people, whether it's the artists or the people that we work with, excuse me, with the artists, like photographers, videographers, graphic designers, other musical engineers, producers. We just get a wide array of people to work with. And I think one of the most exciting things in starting this record label is just how quickly it's expanded and how quickly people are interested in working with us. And it's a lot of fun because you don't really know what you're going to get, especially with all the artists being so different from each other. Each one's like a different project, and then each artist has different projects within their own work. So you just get a lot of never know what's coming, but also in a positive way. So
Yeah, that's super interesting. I think it takes like a lot of courage and just knowledge in general to like be able to do all this, especially with how like early in the like development process you guys are with all of this. And yeah, I think collaboration is so cool. We talk a lot about on the show about how like, you know, interdisciplinary work in the arts is like so important, and how it allows you to like create so many different works. And yeah, and I looked into your guys's artists that you have signed right now, and like, yeah, they're all so versatile and so different. And I think it's really cool that you guys don't have like just like one niche like genre that you work with. So yeah, I think that's really awesome. How are you guys kind of looking to network, and how can like we and other people support Diamond Dog?
I think it kind of goes back to how like Drexel is here for us to kind of make different connections, especially like interdisciplinary connections with, you know, like videographers, photographers, and then going into like graphic design, like the art majors, but also just in general, because we're at Drexel, we're always involved with different like panel discussions and like meeting other people in like Facebook groups, LinkedIn, different like avenues where we just like randomly meet people and they're like, oh, I know you from Grammy U, or different organizations like that. So I think we're quickly like meeting new people and expanding, like Sophie said, and just like, you know, making new connections to help our brand grow.
Totally. Yeah. And you guys are great on like Instagram and all of those social medias. Like that's how I found out about you guys was through the gram. And I think that's awesome. Like, you know, that's really how everyone's getting their content and their news nowadays. So I think that's a really great aspect that you guys have there. Who are some of your guys's female music inspirations, like music industry inspirations?
I think trying to find female inspirations in the music industry is like sadly hard to do. Not that there aren't hundreds and hundreds of women who are incredibly talented in whatever facet of the music industry they work in, but it's so male dominated that you hear a lot about female artists, which are great, but in terms of like who runs the business, who's engineering the album, all of that stuff, you don't hear about the women. The women make up such a small percentage of the behind the scenes of the music industry that it's hard, unless you're looking for an artist, to really like pick a name out of a hat. That's someone you're going to really know a lot about, because you can definitely find the women who have done great stuff online, and you can find them on Instagram. You can find their credits, you can find the videos, the albums and stuff they've worked on, but you're not going to hear about them as much. So it's hard to really find those inspirations. If you had said, what are your inspirations in the music industry? I think all of us would have immediately had like one person come to mind, but it would have been a guy. And it's like, you don't even really think about that until you're a female in the music industry and you're trying to find people literally from this question. And you're like, I don't know. I'm sure there are plenty, but it's really hard to find where they're coming from because they're not publicized as much, and they should be.
Yeah, I totally agree. Which I think is great that you guys are all, you know, a whole female led like producing team. And I know all of your artists so far are females, if I'm Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. And I think that's really great. Because yeah, women or just men in general just dominate every single industry everywhere. I think that it's really great to see things like you guys working and a lot of other things that like try to uplift the voices of more marginalized genders. When I was writing the question, I don't know why, right away my head was like Gwen Stefani. I'm a big No Doubt fan and I love her. So I was like, yeah, she's cool. Another question for you guys. What is Diamond Dog's brand? Like, what are you guys going for?
So I would say that our brand is basically like trying to be fresh and like new innovative music, coupled with like innovative ideas and how to bring in an audience and kind of like keep them engaged, while also like being a house for like indie alternative music. That's like kind of like what we're going for, but I think definitely the biggest thing is like trying to be something fresh and new, and then for people like of our generations and like later generations and any generation really, just trying to be something different.
I think that's great. And I think that encapsulates like what you guys are doing right now really well too. So lastly, just to get some recommendations out there for the folks watching at home, who are some artists that you guys are all currently listening to?
First off, all day, everyday Beyonce.
Yes.
Beyonce. All the time.
All the time. Yeah. She's a queen.
I'm currently listening to a lot of Lake Street Dive. Their new album just came out and I'm
Oh, really? I love Lake
about
Street
it.
Dive.
Yeah. So I love all their stuff, but their new album is chef's kiss.
I find myself going back to Knocked Loose. I love that band. They're hardcore, so not really well known, but I always tend to fall back to them.
I think I'm always listening to like Phoebe Bridgers and Lorde and like a lot of Frank Ocean.
Always a vibe.
I've been really into Sasha Sloan lately. She's like a chill indie vibe girl.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on 34th and Art. And I wish you and all of the Diamond Dog team the most success. Now those are some boss ladies. Hashtag girl boss. I'd say they don't even need a co-op after being able to do all that. You can find Diamond Dog Records on Instagram at Diamond Dog Records. And don't forget to tell them that we sent ya. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at inside_ambition and subscribe to us on YouTube for all the latest. I'll see you guys right here at the same address next week. Bye for now.